All right. What's going on, party people? This your man Griff. All right, try to make this real quick video for y'all. Um, Lately, I've also been getting questions about pricing, and thank you for liking, sharing, commenting. Thank you for subscribing. If you're not a subscriber, I really appreciate each and every one of y'all for checking out the videos. Y'all helping the channel grow. It's reaching more and more people, and that's all because of you. So you are the party people. Thank you very, very much. You see the party people logo right there. And let's just keep it going, y'all. It's not about, anything else but being successful in this business. Okay. That's what it's about, learning and understanding, and you becoming your own true business owner and entrepreneur, being successful with this by understanding what is and isn't the truth concerning this business. That's what this channel is all about. And I truly appreciate each and every one of you taking time out and coming here and watching, okay, and listening to what's being said, commenting, all of that good stuff. All your feedback is appreciated. Thank you very much. So, questions that I keep getting asked from time to time. It's not all the time, but I hear other people discussing it. Then people will ask me, and the reality starts kicking in after a person has listened to all the hype and the videos out there talking about how much money you can make in this business. And all of a sudden, it's like, where's as they say, where's my profit? So coming into business, you need to understand one thing: profit isn't going to instantaneously happen. As a business owner, your profit isn't there instantaneously. Many of you have come into this business, meaning the notary business, thinking that you're going to have instantaneous profit. That as soon as you get an order, whatever you feel you spent to execute that order, the effort to do it, you instantaneously get profit. So if you're charging somebody 100, or what they're asking for is worth $100, that then you need to charge them, that you instantaneously acquire a profit. And that's not always the case. And that's business. In business, you don't always get a profit. And many of you don't realize that. Maybe you haven't done business before. Maybe you never really looked at how business is operated, not necessarily notary business, but just business in general. Most businesses take 3 to 5 years, sometimes up to 7 years, before they can truly turn a profit, because there's money that you have to put in the beginning. There's marketing, there's all kinds of stuff, supplies you have to get. You just got to figure out your client base. All of that is what you have to do in the beginning, and many people don't take that into account. And then with the notary business in particular, you have a lot of people marketing and saying, oh, you can make all this money, them showing you the money phone, all this, that, and the other, and the money pager and all that kind of stuff. And you're like, okay, then I can make this money. They tell you, get a notary stamp and you'll be okay. Whew, almost stamped myself. And you'll be making all kinds of money. That's what they share with y'all. But in reality, it takes some time and effort. And with as many people coming into this business, it makes it more difficult for you to be able to make a profit, or really to even just get business before you can even make a profit. That's what I meant to say, because you got a lot more people to compete with. And if you're not astute on how to market, or going outside of what people have taught you to market, you'll be stuck in the same framework that everybody else has been put in on how to market, and you don't know how to break out of that, and you'll just stay there and be like, okay, I'm here. But that's not where you need to be. In your area, you need to break out of what they taught you. You got the foundation, but now it's like, I need to take it a step more. I need to go and do this. For those of you who are limited, like, I'm only going to work this far from home, I can't go way out, I'm only staying here, that right there limits you. So your profit sometimes is that you can come when you going out, you doing a little more, you're making certain sacrifices. And if you're not built for that, if you don't have the proper mindset for that, if you didn't know that was something that you might have to do, then guess what? You're not going to do it. And therefore, you're going to kick back against doing that. It's going to seem like it's somebody trying to get you to drink something sour and nasty, or something you really hate, and all of that, because you're like, no, 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 I ain't really trying to do all that. I'm just trying to make some money. We're gonna be talking about that later this week on Friday. Well, tomorrow. So that's all you're trying to do. I'm just trying to make some money. I ain't trying to worry about being a business owner. You're just trying to make money. And there's a difference. We're going to be talking about that on Freedom Friday. So a lot of people will ask me questions about, um, how to get profit in this business, especially when the state only allows you to charge, but so much. And I get it, but that's a part of it. Okay. That's a part of what's going on in this business that, eh, to be honest, let's put it this way. Your individual state never created being a notary to be a business. They never ever. They never designed you being a notary for them, volunteering for them to ever be a business. Let's just be real. Now, has people found a way to turn it into a business? Yes. But it was never meant on the state level to be a business. On the, hey, you're meeting with this person and you should be making profit. The state never accounted for you having printers. They never accounted for any of that stuff. You doing Google My Business. They never accounted for that. They never accounted for you paying for ads and any of it. They never accounted for any of that. That was not their purpose. So being a notary for your state was never designed for it to be a business. Now, have people turned it into that? Yes, but it wasn't never originally designed to be that. So when you say, how do I make profit off of doing it the way the state says, it was never meant to be made for you to make profit. It was never meant for you to make a living off of that. Never. Because if it was, then some kind of workable living, then they would have made it a state paid job. Because remember, the state is not paying you. It's the consumers, it's the public that is paying you, not the state. The state says you want to be, the state don't even market and advertise public, be a notary. People sort of know, oh, okay, that you can be a notary, and then you go through the process and you pay the state in order to charge somebody $10 or $5 or 25, depending on where you live at. You're paying them in order to do this. But if you decide to turn it into a business, that's on you. And if it's not netting you the money that you want, that's on you. It's not the state's responsibility. So this argument and this fussing about the state needs to have us, should allow us to charge more to the public, is mute. Now, if it happens, okay, cool. I'm not going to turn it down. I'm not going to run away from it, but I'm not going to sit up here and lobby and work, waste my time telling them you need to make them pay. You need to allow me to charge the public, your constituents, more for doing a notarization for them. And when they ask why, and you say, well, look at all these expenses I have, they're going to be like, why do you have expenses to just be a notary? You volunteered to be a notary. See, it's clicking in now. So now it's like, well, how do I make money? Well, this is where people talk about the loan closings and all of that stuff, and the estate planning and the apostille. And in those cases, you're providing a service to somebody. And as a business, they ask you, well, how much for this service? You tell them a fee for that service. Okay. And if they agree between your business and their business to pay whatever, then boom. Now you say, well, how do I price? How do I price it? That's between you, and whoever else. I don't get into that. Now, the National Notary Association, they have strict guidelines, and I have a video and it's talk where we was talking about, people was talking about unionizing and everything. So in this video here, and I'll put the link in the description, called, the truth about notary unions. Down in here I have links talking about what the NNA says. Okay. And the NNA clearly says that we are a trade union. I mean, we're not a trade union, we are a public association, and talk about pricing and all of that. So it's right here. Go to the link, read it for yourself, and then you'll understand what they're talking about. Now, what they said, we can and do discuss statutory fees that notaries are allowed to charge. And that's this here. The link will be in the description, or you could click the link from that article. And it talks about the statutory fees that the states charge. But when it comes to doing loan closings, it comes to doing apostille, it comes to doing estate planning, that's a you decision. because each area is different. And there's no general way to just say, okay, you should be charging this. And a lot of people get out there and make you pay them money for courses to tell you what you should charge. And some of y'all get that eerie feeling. Some of y'all get that eerie feeling in your gut, like, I don't know if that's right. More than likely, it's not. Okay, more than likely, it's not, because one is more than likely going against the Sherman Antitrust Act, and there's links in that video description about that. Okay, so you're not going to make a profit when you count all of the stuff that you have to do to get your business going as you're doing this notary as a business. You're not going to just gain a profit off of what the state charge. There's just no way. Okay, it's not happening. Now, you say there's people that saying they are. More than likely, those individuals are overcharging. They're overcharging for their services. They're charging for printing. And especially if their state didn't say they could do this, they're charging people. Oh, I'll print that for you. So they're charging $10, $20 to print. They're charging them travel fee, which most states allow you to do. They're charging them this ghost convenience fee. Well, it takes time for me to come to, and it's a convenience for me. I'm making it more convenient for you. I'm not even gonna get into it, but just think about it. You volunteered to do this position, which I'm about to get into it. You volunteered to do this, and then you're saying, "Well, I don't want to. I mean, I want to service you and help you, but you're really asking me at an inconvenient time." Then what you, as the notary, should say is, "I'm not available." In the story, I'm not available, but you won't do that. You're like, no, I got to make this money. So you want me to come? Okay, well, it's going to be a $25 convenience fee. And that person desperate enough, they'll pay it. And then you're charging people for, I'll put together your power of attorney. I'll put together your will. I'll do this. I'll do that. All this stuff that your state probably didn't tell you that you could do, probably crosses the line of unauthorized practice of law. But those notaries are charging that and making people do that. Translation services. Oh, I can get it translated for you. Is that what your state law says you can do? Hmm? Is it? Because if it is, then cool. If it's not, then why are you doing it? Well, I'm doing it because this notary over here said that that's what they do. Okay, then find out from your state. Anything that you've been told to do to make money in this business, if you're unwilling to ask your state, you shouldn't be doing it. In the story. If you're not, if you're more willing to listen to somebody online who you personally don't know that's charging you for this information, and they say, "Oh, you can charge this and you can charge that." Why don't you talk to your state? They the ones that commission you. They the ones that set the ground rules for you operating in your state. Not that person, not that other person over there. Your state did. And if you're unwilling to do that, and see, most people, they just want the money to pop. They're like, okay, well, I did this. I saw so and so, and I saw this person, I saw that person. I see all these people talking about how much money they're making doing this, that, and the other. Then you need to get in contact with that person and ask the details. And then when you find out the details to what they're doing, you got to ask yourself, am I willing to make that same sacrifice? Can I make that same sacrifice? Um, can I make that same sacrifice to do that? That's what you need to ask yourself. Take a quick, all right, I had to take a quick pause there. So whatever I was talking about just a few seconds ago, I completely forgot. Okay. I ain't gonna lie to you because somebody called and I needed to answer that. So I had put the video on pause. So, but here's the point that I'm getting ready to go over now. So my apologies if it seemed like I just sort of cut and now I'm back. Okay. Um, but here's one of the ways that you can try to get an idea of pricing in your area. This is just a tool. It's up to you. And it's not even a tool for really trying to find price. I just figured out for myself, this is how I could, and this is what I did. So over here on notaryresume.com, which is connected to signingorder.com, is their thing to find for zip codes to find notary. So this is the public way of finding a notary. And it says notary resume. So this is where you put your profile and the public can look you up. So I will just do I'll do, because somebody asked me to do this zip code before. So I'll do this zip code here. And what it does, it goes through and it will load up all of the zip codes, notaries in your area. So what is this here? This is Albans, New York. So this is, I guess, upstate New York, maybe. I'm not sure. Jamaica, Queens, Cambridge Heights. So this is notaries who are in this area. So one of the things you could do is, let's just say we'll go with Mr. Lopez here. You can click on his profile, shows his profile, and then you can click on view full profile. And then you scroll down here toward the bottom on the left-hand side. And this is what he charges for his fees. Are these the correct fees? I have no idea. Is this good for his area? I have no idea. Okay. But this is what he charges. So, one of the things you can do, and this is what I did, I went through and looked at, maybe, let's just say, the first page of this here, everybody's fees for this first page. Let's look at Ms. Lester. Okay. And I went through and looked at everybody's fees. And you can write them down, because a lot of y'all like spreadsheets. You can write them down in a spreadsheet and then do an average and come up with an idea as to, okay, this is what people normally charge in my area. And then you can go from there. Now, these prices, okay, let me share something with you. These prices right here, they do not, this is not what the signing companies will pay you. This is if the public comes to this here site and they say, oh, well, I'm looking for a notary, and you're telling the public, title company, whoever, this is what you normally charge. The signing companies that are within signing order, they may see this, but they have their fees that they're already going to charge. And it may be equal to this, may be higher, may be lower. Okay. So don't think that if I put this in here, fill this out, that this is telling the signing companies that's on signing order or any other platform that, oh, this is what they're going, and they're going to pay me that. And this is where people get a little up there, get their feelings hurt, is because when they've put their orders, their fees here, and then the signing company comes back with 80, and you're looking and saying, well, I didn't say 80, matter of fact, you don't even have a refi. It just says loan signing. Like this person got 90. Let's just say they got 90 and somebody comes back with 60. Well, I said 90. And this is what you're arguing back and forth with them about, because you put that fee in here, but this isn't indicative of what the signing companies are going to pay you that are in signing order, SnapDoc, signature. This is a public facing website. So when somebody is looking for a notary somewhere, this is where they can go to. Where a title company goes and says, let me see if I can find me a notary real quick. They go here looking for a notary. This is what this site is all about. And I'm sure that no one has ever explained that and talked to you about it. I know I have in the past, but this is what this website is all about. This website is clearly for you just saying to the public, this is what I charge. Just like on SnapDocs. SnapDocs has a public part, and on SnapDocs public profile part, you can put in whatever you want and people get to see who you are. But that doesn't mean if you put fees in there to say, I charge this, that, and the other, that the signing companies that are on SnapDocs are going to pay you based off of those fees you wrote in your profile. You can put whatever fee you want in your profile, but they have a contract. That signing company has a contract with a lender or a title company to pay such and such. And the reason why I said lender also first is because some title companies are on SnapDocs. So the title company is operating as their own signing company. And that's why you'll see sometimes higher fees for companies like Villa Title and Old Republic and all of that. The title company themselves are going in there and finding notaries, and they tend to pay a little bit more than being on the outside, going to a signing company on the inside of the platform and then splitting the fee with them. They just do it themselves. That's how it's set up. Okay. So that fee you put there, that's what you're telling the public. What the signing company decide to pay you, totally different. What else? What else? What else? I'm trying to think. Anything else I can share with y'all? So when it comes to profit, again, and there's there's a video, I will find it and put it in the description, of Kim Kiyosaki, Robert Kiyosaki's wife, talking about what happened, how long it took them to turn profit. I get it. Many of you may have taken a quick business course, whatever the case may be, took a little bit of business, and the traditional business says you need to be pulling in a profit this fast, that, and all of that. The notary business is different because one, it was never meant to be a business like this, in my opinion. Okay, in my opinion, it wasn't meant to be this way. It is now. So now maybe they need to rewrite the business books to include how to turn a profit as a notary. And this is why so many people have switched over to doing training, because they see that this isn't long term where you're going to make the millions. The people who are making the millions is sending out notary with the signing companies. But now you have an overindulgence of signing companies. They see this is where you make the money with the training companies. You have an overindulgence in the training companies. You see what I'm saying? So you have all of these offshoots and brands, and then this is where the book writing and the movie appearances and the TV specials and the documentaries and all of this stuff coming in for people doing this about notary, but they're really not making their money from being a notary. And I understood that from get-go. The thing is, didn't feel like doing all that other stuff that these suckers, these individuals are doing out here. Okay. That's them. That's not me. It can be, but I don't want to do it right now. Let them have their fun. I'll do it maybe later. Okay. Because after a while, they're going to become irrelevant. Trust me. So right now, you got to figure out how you're going to run this business. No one can definitively say this is how much you should be charging. And I know everybody's going to break it down to the nano pieces. And I got videos out there talking about the printer cost. I mean, the printing cost and all of that. In other words, reality doesn't set in, and it's like, hmm, I might have made a mistake here. This business is not going to give me what I want, or in order for it to give me what I think I would like financially, I'm gonna have to work a whole lot harder than what I projected. Now, in closing, right now you're thinking, I'll be a signing company. Now you're thinking, I'll do a training company. Understand this: if you decide to do a signing company, the way you're thinking about this business and the concerns that you have about this business for its pay, every single notary you hire, there's an 80% chance they're going to feel that same way. So that means you're going to be hiring people who feel like you. And if you didn't really want to do the work for the pay that was being offered, what makes you think the people you're going to be hiring are going to want to do the work for the pay that you're offering? And the headache of chasing them down, running behind them, making sure that they do what they're supposed to do, getting on them to go back and correct stuff. If you're not built for doing it right yourself, and what makes you think you're going to really be built for running down people all day long? And you got a contract with somebody that's paying you $80,000 a month to do notary work, and you got to sit here and deal with notaries across all 50 states who are acting a pure T fool. Are you really built for that? You got to answer to these people who are paying you, because these people who you're paying ain't doing right. And yeah, I said ain't doing right. Okay. That's Are you built for that? Right now, I'm not built for that. I don't want to deal with that. My way of dealing with that wouldn't be right. So I don't want, that's why I'm not putting myself in that position. As far as training, understand, most people who put training out there, they get their stuff stolen. And then somebody else sells it. And then next thing you know, you have a spike in people coming to your training, and then it wanes off. And then you constantly got to sit here and come up with some kind of gimmick and everything for his training. And that's what a lot of the trainers have done. They got a lot of gimmicky stuff out there. They got a lot of stuff that, okay, I'm gonna teach you this and I'm gonna teach you that. But then the problem is, where's your business coming from? You see what I'm saying? So the signing company owners are saying, I only want to work with people who've been doing it for 2 years. You're a training company. You have a signing company owner and a training company. The signing company owner said, yeah, I need notaries, but I only want them if they got 2 years experience. The training company, you're not really training people who got 2 years experience or more. You're dealing with brand new people who are under 2 years. So now they just spent a whole bunch of money with you. And then when they go to the company, the train to the signing company is like, I don't want to, you ain't got enough experience for me. So how do you get the experience? Now you got to lie and embellish the fact that, oh, I got this much experience. You see what I'm saying? So this is where you're coming to the reality, like, dang, how do I make money in this? Which goes back to what I've been saying. Just take orders. I ain't doing that. That's too much driving here, there. I don't like doing this far. I don't like going that far. I like staying close to home. I'm not good at nighttime. I don't like going to certain neighborhoods. I don't like bridges, tunnels, planes. I don't like going across, on ferry boats and all. And I'm not saying that as saying, something. No, that's legitimate stuff. That is legitimate stuff. But the question still remains: how you plan on making money if that's the environment for your local area? If in your area this is how it rolls, are you going to roll with it or are you going to leave it alone? It's that simple. You dating somebody, they act this particular way. This is how they function. This is how they do things. You either going to roll with it or you leave them alone. This is how you function. This is how you operate. Either they're going to roll with you or leave you alone. It's that simple. Same thing in business. Trying to make this business operate the way it does for the person who's on YouTube or TikTok, and that's not in your same state, not in your same city. Over there, they're saying, "Oh, I get business like this, that, and the other." But in yours, it's like, no, it's not like that here. That is correct. It's not like that there. That's just the way it is. So now you got to figure out how to make money with the way it is. That's what you got to figure out as a business owner. And you're trying to take their square peg business and stick it into the triangle business that you have in your area, and it ain't gonna fit. It's just not working. And that's where we're at right now. So the question then again, what are you going to do to make your business that you decided to start in an industry that is the way it is? How you plan on making it work? You want to start a training company? Go for it. You want to start a signing company? Go for it. Just make sure you build for it for the long term, because the trainers right now are scrambling to keep the people who have been paying them to keep paying them, and they're trying to get new people to come in. But the thing is this: reality is going to set in with all these new people. Nobody wants to hire them for work. And people probably mention in the comment section that's what's happening to them. That they've taken all this training, but when they go out here in the real world, just like college, I took all this college, I got this master's degree, I get out here, and they're like, we'll hire you, but we're gonna pay you $30,000. I got a master's degree. You're overqualified for the position. And the position that you are qualified for is your training and education. That's already filled. We just filled that last week. So if you want to get in here, we got this position, but we're not going to pay you 75K because you got a master's degree, because the position we have is this. And that's what's happening here. You coming into these signing companies, they're like, where's your 2 years experience? Where's your 200 closings? I just started. Okay, when you get it, come back. Well, where do I get it from? That's a you thing. That's not us. Please tell me if I'm wrong. Please. And please tell me if I'm correct, if that's happened to you. This is what's going on. So how do you manage it? How do you adjust? How do you make it work for you? And the way I did it, I just went out there and did work, improve myself to these people by going out there and getting the work done and making a great name for myself. That's what I did. All right. Y'all have a good one. Let me get ready for my signing. Talk to y'all later. Peace.